Alrighty guys, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today is the weekly Star Wars recap for January 22nd, 2024, which this week there isn't much Star Wars stuff to get to, but there is some Indiana Jones stuff with the reveal of the new Indiana Jones video game. But before I do get into that, I gotta jump into the new releases for Star Wars, which last week there was The High Republic Phase 3 Issue 3, Obi-Wan Kenobi Comic Adaptation Issue 4, and Bounty Hunters Issue 42, the final issue of that series. Haven't read any of those yet. But coming out this week is The High Republic Adventures Phase 3 Issue 2 on January 24th, and Thrawn Alliance's Comic Adaptation Issue 1 also on the 24th, which is an adaptation of the novel Thrawn Alliances. But that's it for new releases, so let's jump into the news, which like I said is Indiana Jones related, as we finally got to learn everything about the upcoming Indiana Jones video game from Machine Games and Bethesda, which will be titled Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and will release sometime later this year, and will be exclusive to Xbox Series X/S, but it will also come out on PC and will be available day one on Xbox Game Pass, which I did do a full video on this, so I'm pretty much just going to be repeating a lot of the same stuff there. But the game will follow Indy in the year 1937, so setting it in between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade. And in it, he's, following the trails of the Nazis on this Great Circle. Really didn't learn too much about what exactly the Great Circle is, other than that it's, a circle around the globe, a straight circle. And that kind of along that line are several historical sites and whatnot. And I guess there's something there the Nazis are after. But we'll see Indy go to several locations. Obviously, the story will start at Marshall College, where we see Indy teach in the films. But we'll see him head to the Vatican, the Forgotten Temples of Sukhothai, the Pyramids of Egypt, the Himalayas, and most likely other locations too. But on the adventure, he'll be joined by a investigative journalist named Gina Lombardi, which she's seemingly been looking into the Great Circle also, and has a personal stake in it. So she teams up with Indy, but the main villain is a Nazi named Emmerich Voss, who they say is obsessed with manipulating the human mind. So I thought maybe that could be related to what the Great Circle is about. But we'll also see Marcus Brody, who appears in Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade. So it'll be fun to see him again. But obviously for Indiana Jones, they're using Harrison Ford's likeness, but he will obviously not be voicing the character. Which instead, they revealed that Troy Baker will be voicing Indiana Jones in the game, which Baker played the character Joel in the Last of Us video games. He also played Nathan Drake's brother Sam in the fourth Uncharted game, which that game series is heavily influenced by the Indiana Jones films, but he's also voiced several other characters in several other video games. But so far, I think he's doing a decent job. Obviously, it's just a couple lines from the trailer. There's some where he sounds exactly like Harrison Ford, but there's some points where it sounds a little more like his normal voice, but, that's fine if he ends up giving a good performance as Indiana Jones. But the biggest thing is obviously the gameplay, which the trailer shows a lot of, which it will be first person, which I was a little surprised by, but I do like that. Definitely for puzzle sections is one of the biggest reasons I like it, because I think first person perspective can give a lot more depth to puzzles and whatnot. But obviously combat, there'll be using your fist, the revolver, and obviously the whip, which you can also use in traversal stuff, which the traversal stuff will be third person, so there'll be some gameplay where you'll actually see Indy and whatnot. But then also the cutscenes will be more movie-like and whatnot, where you'll see Indiana Jones. But obviously the first person makes sense, as Machine Games, other games like the Wolfenstein games were all first-person shooters, so makes sense there. So yeah, but that's pretty much the general gist of everything revealed. I did do a full video on it where I pretty much say all the same stuff, maybe a little more depth to it, so you can check that out. But that's going to be it for this week's weekly Star Wars recap. I'll be back next week talking about something, I don't know. But in the meantime, can check out my other Indiana Jones videos and my Star Wars videos. I've been Star Wars Review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
It ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up?